Let's talk high basketball IQ for a second. Many players who've never touched a basketball a day of their life don't know how significant being a point guard is. The point guard is the brains of the operation, and many games are won or lost because of it. In 2K26, there's this growing trend of the high-scoring point guards that have no idea what it means to be a point guard, how to manage a game, or lead the team to victory. Before we get into the skills, understand this. The point guard's number one role is to bring up the ball and set up the offense. It's not traditionally being a scorer. A point guard is usually the second in command after the head coach and does his best to make the right play for the win. Any 2K player with moderate real-life basketball exposure knows this. And even though the game has changed, the basic responsibilities remain. But without any further delay, let's look at the 5 skills you won't see in a box score that point guards should have when running 5v5 in the rec. These are the 5 skills that separate a true point guard from one that just runs around screens all day jacking threes or dribbles the ball until the shot clock expires. These skills are not just gained from playing a video game. They have been developed over years in real-world game situations. You can always tell guards that know the game versus those that are just there to get stats. These are the skills that separate a basic point guard from a true point guard savant. Let's get into it. Number 1, basketball IQ. Now this is the pillar of a great point guard or basketball player in general. In NBA 2K, not many players have high basketball IQ. They know some parts of the game, but that's just not enough, especially as a point guard. Some of the traits of having high basketball IQ are playmaking ability, pass awareness, floor spacing, anticipation, vision, and much more. High basketball IQ is the most important skill to have because as you improve the other skills on and off this list, your basketball IQ increases. Number 2, court vision. This is the second most important skill of a high-value point guard. The skill to be able to see the floor and make plays for others or himself at various points of the game. In NBA 2K26, many point guards miss open cutters and the wide open teammates because they have one thing on their mind: ISO. A great point guard is always looking ahead on offense and defense and can see a man wide open or warn other players about defensive gaps that they might not be able to see. These are some of the things that it means to have great court vision. Number 3, game control, also known as pacing. This is another slept-on skill when you're running the 1. You need to have the ability to understand pacing or game control. Not every play needs to be a fast break opportunity because sometimes the defense will adjust to a point guard who's always pushing the ball by setting up traps or using zones to limit his play style. Knowing when to slow the ball down after the other team scores or when the momentum is slipping, it's a skill that takes time to learn. But as guys are running the point, it is an essential skill to have. Number 4, coach on the floor. Now, the coach on the floor is one of the most underrated attributes to have. This requires a deep understanding of the game and high basketball IQ. When a point guard is able to not only make but call plays, rally a comeback, or motivate his teammates to get better output, these are all signs of a point guard with high coach on the floor skills. Lastly, composure. Now, composure is one of those things that's not thought of most of the time, but it can affect maintaining a lead or rallying a comeback. How does a point guard respond or react when he throws 2 turnovers and misses his first 3 shots in the 4th quarter? At one point or another, we've all been there, regardless of position. but how a point guard handles these skills says a lot. Does he just quit the game when he's getting fried and can't defend the guard on the other side? Or does he stick it out and still help lead the team to victory? Composure and the ability to have mental toughness is a skill that you'll never see in the box score, but is a very key ingredient to being a great point guard in NBA 2K26. Now that we've looked at all 5 skills, which of these skills do you think you need to improve on? Or which one of these skills do you feel you've already mastered? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to tag a point guard that needs to see this. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more.